guys, so today I'm here for 7 on Sunday. Guys, I'm so excited because last week we talked about bad cover changes and this week we get to talk about good ones. I do feel that some amazing books really get given some god-awful covers. I find that either 3 things happen here. So the first thing will happen is a series will be completely released and everything's done and we read them even though the covers are bad. And they might release them as like a box set so then we can buy the new covers, get rid of them old covers and be happy. Or we have a mid-cover change where they change the covers to pretty covers and you only have those pretty covers for the second half of the series. Or they do the same thing where a mid-cover change happens. And then down the line, they replace the original covers in the good covers so you get all the new covers. And I find that more times than not, great cover changes happen to all of the series or all the standalones or all the things. Great cover changes generally will happen and we'll be very happy about it. But sometimes it doesn't, which is really sucky. But I'm just really excited to talk about this because these are the ones that I just love. So the first one has to go to Shatter Me because this first cover is just not good. It's not good. Like, what is with it? Like, Juliet being in that dress, like, I don't think the chick even wore a dress the whole entire book. I don't like it. But when they decided to bring out the new covers with the eyeball and everything, like, I was blessed. It's so beautiful. And the fact, too, that we didn't actually get the first book in this cover for quite a while, but then we did, and now the whole thing matches, and it's all beautiful. And when you think of the Shatter Me series, they're just the beautiful covers. But the original place where it started was so bad. And I'm still glad that so many people still ended up reading the book, but I just still can't get over the first cover. The next one I want to talk about is For Anna and the French Kiss and like kind of the whole trilogy. So the photo here shows Anna and the French Kiss and Lola and the Boy Next Door. And the new covers did start with Isla and the Happily Ever After, but then they brought the new covers out for Anna as well as Lola. So we have the whole trilogy in the beautiful coloring, and I just like that it's just colors, it's just the text, it's bright, it's fun, it's simple, but you can see the city in the background. You kind of get a vibe about what's going on. But the old covers are just so like old school contemporaries and like legit people on there, and it just doesn't do a great job. And like, yeah, this is what I picture the characters looking like, but just the new covers are so beautiful and I love them so much and they just look so good. Next, I'd like to talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty. So this is the original covers and they are just not it. Like, they're so gross. I don't like the covers at all. And basically these covers convey how I actually feel about the books because I didn't like this trilogy. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is a great trilogy. I love that writing from Jenny Han, but this was just not it. Like, I really did not enjoy this. I did not like the relationships and the love triangle. It was just so dumb. So this is the cover change, but I don't actually own these editions because I find that this series actually does have a lot of cover changes. So the ones that I got are just like love hearts in different colors and just has the text and a few little things around. But these covers are actually really pretty. I really like this idea for the trilogy, and this is the main covers people say when they see the cover changes, and I like these better than the ones that I own too. So these are like the superior covers, but I wouldn't go out of my way to pay for these because I didn't enjoy the trilogy. If I enjoyed it, I would totally want to spend money down the line to get this trilogy and own this, but it's just not happening. But I will say that they did get a great cover change, but it's really annoying for me because I wanted this trilogy just to be more than it was, and it just annoyed me. The next one I want to talk about is for the Throne of Glass series. So we only got this first Throne of Glass cover before they went to the new covers, thank God, because there's just something about the face and the chick, and like, I know it's Selena and everything's happening there, but like, I think the newer covers are so much better, and I just really appreciate how she's there in the different outfits and different poses, and like, they all match well, and they haven't brought out a new cover change now for the whole series just because they can, which is great. But I just think that the original cover was just so bad. And I'm just so glad they made the decision to change it because like Throne of Glass wouldn't be what it was if they kept those covers. Next, I'd like to talk about Carry On. I am such a fan of the new covers, and I did own the old one, but I got rid of it to buy the new covers. And I also wanted Carry On to match Wayward Son as well, but there's something just about the original cover that's just so bland and boring, and I know it's the outline of the faces and everything, and it's just, I just don't like it. But the new cover is so exciting because Simon and Baz are there looking fierce. They're like got the illustrated drawings and it just looks so nice, and there's so many details, and the color scheme's really good, and this is just more eye-catching. Like, I didn't want to read Carry On, but then when I bought the new book, I totally was excited to read it. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure I read it in the new cover. Like, I was gonna read the old cover, when I knew I was buying the new one, so I actually can't remember what edition I actually read, but I did read it. It's a massive book, but it's definitely a fun one. Okay, the next one I'm putting on my list just because I kind of couldn't think of anything else, like I was blanking, so I haven't actually read this book, but I really want to. So this book was first released as Royals, and I just feel like this is kind of a really tacky cover. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the pink, and like there's like a crown on there, and it just doesn't really work, and I don't think I would pick this book up. But then the book got re-released as Prince Charming, and just look at this. Like, look at this illustrated edition. Look at this cover. She's got the red hair. They've got like the stances. Like, this is a cover that is drawing me in, and I want to read this book. I don't even know what it's about, but I want to read it, you know. But like, obviously I know, and I know that the second book was circling a bit and it was on script, but I never listened to it because I wanted to read this book. But this one is also really expensive, so like, I want to buy this, and I know I'm going to read it at some point, but things are just expensive right now, and like, I do have the money to pay for them. I just can't justify spending so much for books. But definitely the new cover is just so much better, and I'm just so glad they decided to change it. And the last covers I want to talk about generally revolve around an author, and that's for Alice Oseman. So these are like original covers that she had for like Solitaire and Radio Silence, and like, you know, they're not bad, but like, you know, once you get new editions and then you realize what you're missing out on, then you're like, oh my god. But basically I just feel like these were just very generic covers, like there wasn't really much to think about with them. But then they brought out the new covers of like all the books, and they just match so nicely. They're so simple, they're so beautiful. I love the pastels, like, it's beautiful, and I definitely want to buy all these paperbacks. She's been like rebranded in these new covers, and like, I have the Heartstopper comics and I've got one of those books, but I think there's like 5 books that I need to buy so that I can finally get on like the Alice Oseman train completely. And I will be buying them, but it's probably not going to happen for a little bit. But just, it's so much nicer, and I just feel these covers are way more calming, and the other ones seem like so intense. So guys, that is all of the great cover changes I am excited about, and I have read all of them except for 2 options, which I think is pretty good. But it is such a fun topic to talk about, and I just really enjoyed this. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!